Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Tub Talk. It's been a while. We know it's season 3. We don't know what episode, so whatever it said in the description, that's what episode it is. Because it's been a long time in between.
At this point, we should say welcome to another episode. Why keep track?
Yeah, right. I mean, it just might as well. It's an episode of Tub Talk with me, Visara, and
Sable.
And this is where we just kind of chill in the hot tub, talking about things. Not even necessarily MSF a lot of the time, but just things. And just bring you guys along into a day in the life of us when we're relaxing and chilling. So,
yeah, it's a vlog, but yet it's podcast format.
Yeah.
No video.
No video. I don't think you want to see that video.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't think you want to see that video. Especially when I'm not wearing bottoms.
The video on screen is probably more epic.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright, so we're going to down the jets and get talking. So, welcome if you haven't been before. Like I said, I'm Visara and this is Sable, my beautiful wife.
Yep, that's me. I'm not imaginary.
There's nobody else here, you dingling.
I never know.
But,
sometimes they come in and say hi.
What? So speaking of beautiful wife, so we have been together over 30 years, and in that, when you're together and you're married and all that stuff, you have these things called kids.
Ugh, right?
And so our kids are getting older. Our youngest is going to be a junior in high school.
He'll be 16 in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, end of August. But yeah, our daughter is going to be 20 here on the 5th of July, which is probably about when this thing comes out, if we're realistic.
Yeah, if I get on it tomorrow, I'm gonna edit and post it.
And then our oldest son is getting married, and he is 23, going to be 24 this year. And yeah, getting married.
He just told us.
Just told us. Been with the gal for a while.
2 years.
I mean, if we could trade and keep her. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. No, she's a real nice girl from Guatemala, so there's a lot of learning both ways. Learning her culture, her learning ours. But it's a lot of fun, and she's a good kid, and a little older than him, which is good because he needs it. Needs to be told what to do.
Yep.
So that's kind of a nice thing, and yeah, it was kind of like a last minute type thing. 3 minutes, yeah, that's what it feels like. 3 months, basically, notice of, hey, we're going to get married. So
yeah, but, I mean, we had a good conversation with her to sit down and figure out.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. We did before we found out.
She basically wanted to make sure we were okay, and she wasn't like a green card wife or whatever. She didn't want us thinking less of her.
Yeah.
Because she's not from our country. And I'm like, no, we love you. I don't care where the hell you're from.
Yeah, she said basically that
you.
She wanted to get married because she loved the person, not because she just wanted to, it was the next step.
Yeah, she didn't want to feel pressured or anything. And we're like, no, if you want to marry him, marry him. If you don't.
Yeah, I told her she has our permission to ask her for marriage.
Like, it's up to you guys. We're down. If you want to get married, we accept you.
And then they're like, okay,
you're approved, and then it was like 2 days later.
Yeah.
Well, we've been talking, and so, well, I guess we're going to get married in September. Oh, okay, well.
Didn't mean for you to spring it on us like that, but yeah, so that's one thing that's been going on with us. Our daughter moved out since the last one of these videos with her boyfriend of 8 months, which I wouldn't say he's a bad kid, but he's just not the...
Well, it was a year.
He's not the personality we would pick for my daughter, type of thing. Just kind of mundrum. He does do streaming stuff and whatnot on Twitch and things like that. But it's just kind of a, I don't know, homebody, I guess would be kind of like the way to say it.
He was raised out in the woods, a couple hours away from here, so he had no real social skills.
Yeah. So there's still some questions about my daughter and my youngest son's choice for companionship, but happy for my oldest, and I don't know, maybe the other ones will come around. Maybe we'll grow to like them the same way, but it might take a little bit more time to do the one. But yeah, then so with her moving out, wife got her own craft room. So we've got her this nice big space up there to be able to do her crocheting and sewing and
Cricket,
diamond painting and scrapbooking and yarn and whatever else she wants to do up there in a nice space. A nice space, a nice place of her own to go and think and be
my
quiet.
first project was wedding invitations on the Cricut.
Yeah, that ended up being the first thing to do.
Making laser cut invitations and getting those out, and save the date card.
Yeah, it turned out really nice. Really nice. But yeah, so that's been outside the game stuff, and probably the reason why we've been a little aloof from the in-game stuff, because life happens and there's things that happen, and you can't always be on 24/7 doing just in-the-game things.
But we need to be, because what if we miss out on something?
Well, that's the thing about the game right now. They've decided to make it so that every day you're getting a new streak token.
Yep.
They've cut out all the gold milestones. They've cut out all the spend campaign energy milestones, really.
Yep, save the world.
They've cut out all the World Warrior stuff where you have to watch your
gone.
people and what their progression is. They've made it so that you have more energy for raids, so you can basically just finish your lane as soon as you log on. They've uploaded or up front made the war attacks. The 10 at a time is still there, and there's only 2 wars a week, so there's less to do there.
Mm-hmm.
So they've really given people a lot of time to do nothing.
Battle Pass and Strike Pass every day, it seems like.
Every day we're getting, Strike Pass stuff, and sometimes twice.
Yeah.
So be able to double dip. And so those things are getting finished a week before time.
Even though there's so much less that we're missing out on because they took away the cores from the...
Took away extra cores.
The Strike Surge. There's
Well, they took away
350 that were in there,
the
now there's
cores
none.
from the Psych Surge. They took away from the energy completion. They took away from the gold spending.
Yep.
They took away from all those different things.
We probably are now missing out on, 700, 800 cores a month?
Oh, a month? Absolutely. I would say we're
they're
missing
not
about
in.
150 a day.
Yeah.
So 150 a day over 30 days, that's like 3,000.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
No wonder
4,500 cores a month.
And that is probably because people like me, us free-to-play freeloaders, we're coring these tombs without having to spend real-world money. Because
easily.
we finish in the top 10 in Arena, even though I now have 6 Professor X's in my shard, and it's getting really hard, and we just got this new team that none of them have Arena abilities, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there. Yeah. We're just missing out on so much. And now, really, you don't even have to log in. You log in, you do your raids, you claim your strike token so you can still sim them.
You say missing out, but let's revert and let's say the way that the Scopal Next people would say. Those aren't any longer in faction.
Yeah. They're
not doing those
elsewhere.
No, they're just not doing those any longer. This is the new resource management that we're doing. You're not missing out. It's not like other people are getting them and you're not.
Right.
They just don't happen anymore.
Well, like Blitz, I know you had talked about it a little bit in your last video. There's no reason to do Blitz anymore. You don't get anything. Mm-hmm. You don't get shop credits for doing a Blitz.
No.
So why are these people still doing 400 million?
Yeah, why are you?
Because I just started it, but I keep forgetting to attack every hour. Because I wanted to see if I could make it to the top 100 just for shits and giggles. But it's pointless.
I think that's why. I think that's why you're seeing those people with those souls, because they're being just like you, like, oh, I got a shot to be number 1. Oh well, never mind. Those people are
the same people who just. I'm like, why? So for new players who've only been playing a couple of months, how are they buying anything in any store? They don't have shop credits.
Yeah, I have a lot of people ask, a lot of newer players. So we have like 16 alliances, and a few of those are newer player alliances. And I do get the question quite often of how do we get intel and how do we get the legacy currency? And I tell them, I said, just do your dailies. Like, that's the only way to really get it. Just do your dailies. Do all the objectives you can every day. And if you can't get to an objective, then you're going to miss those intel. But that's it. There's no secret to it. It's either you are here forever and you don't have to buy that stuff in the stores, and so you're able to pick and choose what you want to do, and you're coming out even every day.
Yeah.
Or you didn't have those things, and guess what? It sucks.
Yeah.
You're not going to get them.
But it sucks for people even like me, who I barely spend any of that. I had 72 million after the conversion. I'm down to 70. Yeah. Because when you do spend and you do buy, because
That's 2 million.
Yeah, because I'm buying the
You act like that was a huge number. Now, if you would have said I'm down to 20, I'd be like, oh
no,
boy, that's a number.
But I'm not growing. That's the problem.
No, that's what I'm saying. We're staying where we are.
But I've so far dropped 2 million in a month or whatever.
Well, yeah, that's probably because you had to get a character or something with some of them. Or
it's
something.
buying in, no, just the training mats.
Training mats. Yeah. See, I don't even.
And I
do
don't
those.
buy the characters in Arena Store or the Intel Store at all.
Oh, see, I do. That's
I buy them in the Battle World, but that's a different currency.
Yep, different currency. Yeah, see, I don't. The only thing,
spend it, so
the only
how
thing
much
that I
do
get with the legacy currency is for 2 accounts out of the 4, I do Joaquin. And if I see that I have under 200 of the uniques for Gear 20, I'll get those. No, that's with gold, so I don't get those.
No,
That's it.
So
Joaquin is it. And then at the bottom of the War Store, I get the legacy credits, so that's 2,000. So if I buy Joaquin for, what is it, 4?
But that comes from the Alliance credits. So
that's what I'm saying.
Count.
So if I buy Joaquin for 4 and then I get 2,000 for the Alliance credits, then I'm only spending 2,000 a shop rotation. So
I forget to go down there and spend those. But yeah, there's just, they brag and brag and brag 6 months ago, a year ago, about how the new player experience is so epic, and now this new blog post, come back, it's no better time to start playing. If I started playing 3 months ago, I would have already quit. There's no way.
A lot of players have, believe me. We go through them like underwear in those alliances.
Because there's no way of getting
Well, I mean,
anything.
you had that video the other day from Douchey Dud that said that, that's a new player experience is great, and this is the best the game's ever been. I mean, I guess it is when, the company pays your bills.
Yeah. When you're getting all these kickbacks and...
That was my toe, by the way. I didn't rip one, I swear.
Right? And then, bashing things the next day, but then...
Yeah, you complain about the game one day and then how great it is the next. Well, the when you said how great it is when you're making a video that's going to get you cash, and when you're bashing on it is when you're on Twitch and you want subs.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
And you want the people to tune in because you're raging.
Yeah, you switch back and forth. Well, this is getting views to be nice, so it would be an asshole.
Promoting how many other games?
Yeah.
I am sorry, but if you are an envoy for this game, you should not be actively promoting any other games or doing any other form of advertisements.
Okay, so there's a little bit that I disagree with that, and that is only, and I see your point, and I understand. I said, but the only thing I would say different is you do have to have something to kind of keep your pastime, to keep you grounded. And if you're playing another game to compare what that new player experience is versus MSF, and then doing some kind of this is what we need to change, and then reporting back to the devs of this is what this game does, maybe we should try something, I can understand it. But are they really doing that?
No, they're making whole other channels and
then... Making a channel. Making more cash.
Yeah.
It's all about making money.
Any way they can get more subs, more views, more, and then anybody who disagrees with them or calls them out gets shunned and blacklisted and...
Oh yeah, by the way, I'm not an envoy, and I got told I couldn't be an envoy because I don't make money off of the game.
We want somebody who produces guides. So now the new envoy that they've been promoting has been in this game less than 3 months.
Yeah.
On YouTube less than 3 months.
Yep.
And yet somehow magically has enough knowledge to become an envoy.
Yep.
Plus there's the other new one who came from Star Wars, which I haven't seen a video on, because luckily now I've got my algorithms.
See, what they want is they want a presence on YouTube so that they can make money off of them making money.
Yeah.
It's a money-making experience is what they want it to be. And so that's who they're picking. And fine,
and if you're a spender in this game and you can show, this is epic, look at all this amazing...
Diamond Dave.
But, hello, how much are you spending? I'm not going to spend $100,000 on your game.
Yeah, and if you guys look,
Just
I mean, I don't watch their videos. I watched one from, yeah, I watched one from the Old Guy Gamer the other day, but yeah, they have on their thumbnail, they have full 7-7 Fantastic Four. Like,
Oh, yeah,
realistically,
that one we just scrolled by.
okay, so I think we're all intelligent enough to know how damage works, right? So if I have a full maxed out Odin and a full maxed out Null, maybe 6 red stars, maybe full maxed out Mephisto with diamonds now, 3 diamonds. Do we think that's going to do more damage against, let's say, what a normal unlock is 3 stars
3
versus a
3,
7
3.
stars? So why are we even seeing videos where we're comparing apples and apples
And we won't be there for 6 months.
when it's apples and oranges?
3 months if you're lucky. Yeah.
It's null and void. Those things those videos mean nothing to
I
me.
don't care what the end game player is seeing. I want to
Yeah.
know what I'm going to be able to do day
Because those
one.
players are going to spend anyways.
Yeah.
They're going to spend anyways to get them at 7 stars, 7 reds. So why does a normal player care about that? Show what it is at 3 and 3. That's what I want to see. What do they do at 3 and 3?
Yeah.
But they're not going to, because they'll get the plugs that they. When people see, they get their eyes all big. Oh my gosh, you have 7-7 already? No, it's a test server.
The curse was
put it whatever they want to do.
garbage. And now we have this 32 tournament that was sprung out of
The
nowhere.
curse is still garbage.
And
Try to
I
go into
went-
room 2 with them against Illuminati and see how that works.
I went
Oh, they
to
don't get a
3
turn.
after a burn. Yeah.
They don't get a turn.
Mm-mm.
I think Helverine got a turn. At the end, it was able to ult.
Yeah.
And it did a little bit of damage. It tickled him a little bit, and then he died.
Yeah, and I don't know what they're doing with these bugs and these new updates, nerfing Odin the way they did. And then it's funny because they nerfed him for this silence thing, but then none of the new Fantastic Four have a
Silence, except
mechanic.
for Franklin.
It's not even in the game that
I
I've
thought you
seen
said it
in
was
his-
an ability at 6.
It said it was at 6. It said something apply a battlefield effect
Oh,
of
okay.
something.
Which I think that's in the battlefield effect
Maybe.
with the silence.
Who knows? You couldn't click on it to see.
Yeah, right. It's so convoluted because they don't want us to know. They want us to guess and speculate.
Right?
So that way, all the views go to the people that they tell the information about, so they can make money.
But how are you going to release the Fantastic Four as an arena team when Professor X isn't even unlocked by a couple of thousand people at this point, and he's the arena meta? So why am I going to buy a team to use an arena
Well, no. Think of
when
the
I
other way
don't
around.
even... Do they counter Professor X?
That's what I'm saying. Think of the other way around.
Probably
If they actually can counter Professor
Then I
X,
can stop fighting with Professor X.
exactly. And
So then
so
why am I
how
pissed-
pissed off are those whaley krakens that when
That spent $100,000 to
spend
get 'em?
100, yeah, and then a month and a half later, all of a sudden a team comes by that can beat them.
Yeah.
Haha, shit on you.
Especially if you took out Thing and whatever and put in like Odin and I don't
No.
even know.
Probably Null would be the best bet, I would think,
I would
because he
think
shuts
Thing
down the
and
Mephisto
Johnny are
stuff.
going to be the easily replaced.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But none of them. Franklin, aka Meet the Robinsons dude. I can't remember the name of the kid off the Meet the Robinsons.
Oh yeah,
That's
if you know
who
the
he
name,
is.
put it in the comments below.
I've got
What's
the
the name?
photo of him. I might put it on the front end here in the thumbie. But
You called it a thumbie.
in the thumbie. But yeah, why am I going to? None of them have anything that says in arena do this. Annihilators is an arena team.
Mm-hmm.
So what is this, a plug and play team, and you're just lying and you're giving us the caveat that, oh, it's for arena, but surprise, new spotlight's coming out and this is the team we're gonna need?
Yeah. Oh my
Instead of the
God.
Hellfire Club
You
that's
know,
supposed to be coming out as
How
the
right
raid
is
team.
that? Could you imagine that?
So it'll be Hellfire Club and them that'll be the new Spotlight raid teams.
I don't know. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Knowing their track record.
And it'll be like Spotlight 2.0 because you can't keep the current
3.0.
one because we can still use our teams. They're going to have another version
Yeah.
that'll be made for them that no other teams are going to work on.
Yeah, or the uncanny, they move to the first nodes and they move whatever this team is to the second. Yeah, it's
It's whatever the scummiest thing you can think of,
yeah,
they're
that's
gonna do.
what they're gonna do. Yeah,
because it's blatantly obvious since
Right.
Thanksgiving time.
Thanksgiving.
When they pushed Professor X as fast as they did, because how many people got to Odin as fast as they did?
Yeah, I like that they held back Professor X and put Odin instead, and it really got everybody like, what? What'd you do that for? And then, like, quick after Odin comes out, and they're like, oh shit, people can actually get him that quickly?
Yeah.
They went, panic button, do it.
Yeah.
Release.
And it's garbage. It's so cakewalk. I wish I wouldn't have taken Ares and wasted the Mystic Gear on him. Because
with the medium team, I think it's... Well, I guess that global hero is the one that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Because of the copying of your people and using them against you.
Yeah. That's the one where I'm getting ready to start. I've got 2 people ready to go.
Yeah, I watched Styx, which, by the way, Styx doesn't do this for money either. He just streams to say hi to people. He's a cool guy. Watched him do it probably 20 times and then just give up and quit stream this morning. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting.
It's like they gate certain things behind just the gear and the levels.
Yeah,
and then once you get there, it's a cakewalk.
Right. But
then they're making other things so much harder. Like APOC doesn't empower ult anymore. There's no on the other team. There's no nothing. I'm in room 2, nothing to do with speed. I was going against Illuminati.
Right.
Why can my Odin or my APOC not empower ult?
Well, he empowered Odin. He
never did.
Yeah, I watched him.
He empowered, but then he never turned around and did the basic.
Right. He never did the Falcon Punch.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. The speed bar didn't increase.
Yeah, no.
He empowered Odin. He was ready to go. He just never got another turn.
No.
They all took 3 turns and finished
the
guy out.
Like the other teams are getting the speed off of him.
Yeah, which I wouldn't be surprised. They love breaking shit.
All over the place. It happened to me in War yesterday or the other day.
Yeah.
I can't remember where it
was.
Arena.
Yep.
And I wasn't even going against the Knoll.
Or Mephisto.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I don't know what their deal is. I don't know what's going on. But they keep on changing things up. And it's like the other day. So we're watching on stream. We're seeing that Bendable Straws is trying to finish the Danger Room, which Bendy's a good guy, okay? He's trying to finish the Danger Room, trying to get top place in the Danger Room,
he was in 3rd.
Because he was in 3rd. So he's trying to get number 1. And then they all of a sudden go to put out the new patches and stop Danger Room. And then they must have went like, hold on, one of our envoys could be number 1 in Danger Room. How cool would that be?
Well, they accidentally
for the company.
The X-Men.
Right. But they could be like, how cool would that be for the company? Hold. Let's wait an hour. See if you can do it. And then they let it go forward. You know what I mean? It's just like, come on, we're not that stupid. We know what's going on.
They extended it an hour. Oh, but the X-Men was accidentally live. How does it accidentally become live with an hour left to go in the thing?
Yeah, it's just some really, really weird things that they're doing.
Of your devs or your top spenders was like, no, hold on, I forgot to finish it because you had like 3 weeks. Like, come on.
Yeah, nerfing Odin behind the scenes. Well, not nerfing, but changing his ability behind the scenes without putting something out. Like, they did the change behind the scenes a long time ago. Man, I want to say it was like Agatha or somebody. But it was something to do with safeguard and trauma and something being extended. And it was that it extended all buffs, and then they changed it to all but trauma. I said butt trauma. Everything except for trauma. They didn't change Doc Ock. But they did change another tune, and I think it's because the other tune was a arena tune. Yeah. And I want to say it was like Agatha or somebody to do with Darkhold, because it was back in that era. But anyways, they announced that they were going to do it. This one there was no announcement. Yeah, they just did it.
Introducing all these new random bullshits and abilities and whatnot, like.
Can you imagine if that was an ability for a character? Bullshit.
Surprised it's not for Deadpool. That would have been funny. Deadpool 2.0 when they give us that next tune, but it's really just a costume rechange. But they needed to be like in a blog post, hey, with the implementation or introduction of silence mechanic, we'll be changing people who do these things to say all but silence. It can't extend silence, it can't remove silence, it can't whatever.
Right. Exactly.
Because we've noticed today when we were looking to set our defense for room 2, there were a lot more tunes in the game that can't be cloned.
Yeah.
It said these tunes can't be cloned.
Now there's not a one.
Find anybody other than who was it?
Used to not.
Sinister
No. He could.
No.
He just couldn't do it infinitely.
Yeah.
No, the one we found was Rogue, and it was in her kit that they do half the damage basically. But it used to be like APOC you couldn't clone. There's a couple other ones you couldn't clone, but we couldn't remember who it was, and we couldn't find them anywhere.
Because even Google can't be cloned. Like there was nothing anywhere.
Yeah. Because we remember the fact that they were like, Sinister is future-proof. And then they found a way around it, and this was the way around it by saying it can't be cloned.
Yeah, it was somebody.
And then now it's not in it.
I
thought it was APOC. And I looked all over in his kit, and I could not find it. I could not find it.
Unless it was Mephisto.
So I know that the one thing, no, I looked in his kit as well. But I did find in the one thing in Rogues, it said all horsemen. And Rogue herself and all horsemen can't gain their ultimate ability.
Yeah.
If they're a clone, and they do like half damage and some.
Yeah.
So, I did find that one. So, but yeah, I couldn't find anybody that said they couldn't be cloned. So, but interesting, because yeah, it was the case in the beginning.
It was a huge thing when this tune came out.
Yeah.
Can't be cloned, like, aww.
Right.
But that's my trick, is to clone the Sinister.
Because what it used to be is like when they released a new tune and you got to play those campaigns.
Yeah.
Where you got to play against that tune. You could take Sinister into the campaign node, clone that tune, and actually play with it.
Yeah.
And that was fun because you got to know.
He wasn't that slow.
Right, because you got to know what the abilities were for the new one and see how they worked before they actually came out. It was a fun little trick. And now he's so slow and fragile that there ain't no way.
Hopefully, if they do put him on Hellfire Club, he'll get a good boost.
Oh, that would be sweet, dude.
I doubt they'll boost him because of the clone mechanic, and then they'll...
Well, I don't know. They put that now in Danger Room, and they put that now in Crucible.
Yeah.
So to put his ability twice like that tells me that there is a good possibility he's going to get some kind of rework.
Or it'll just be a new tune. Who knows?
Or it'll be
they seem to like that. Like,
I don't think you can do a new Sinister.
I don't know why we're getting a new Invisible Woman. Like, come on.
Well, how
many teams do we need the bitch on?
Marvel and Sony did it. How many Invisible Women are there?
Mr. Fantastic. Ours is garbage. You couldn't have just boosted him.
No, you gotta have Mandalorian is fantastic.
6 rework, so we can plug and play.
I want the plug and play.
Figure out these things.
Instead of doing Invisible Woman, you could have done Victoria. Could have done the Fantastic Four daughter. And instead of doing Reed, you could have done Herbie. And just left the other ones, and then let us put who we wanted to put in with it, and everybody would have been happy.
The War Team, there's a Crucible team, and then there's the Raid team.
Yeah. Yeah, Mighty, Immortal, and Uncanny, yeah.
But, no, that doesn't make us money, don't you know? We need to release 3 tunes a week. We got, 7 different character tunes? It's about a week. We have 7, I want to say 7 tunes. Because there's Sable, Hitmonkey, Victoria, Songbird, Hood, Helverine.
7 teams what? Are you talking about
in the store to buy for cores right now?
Oh, yeah. It's the last 3 teams.
It stops at Iron Man, or Iron Fist. They removed him. Because whatever, the yellow dude. Dead Daredevil.
Oh, Mustard Devil?
I don't flipping remember the names. There's too many characters.
It's the last 3 teams. Yeah, I get that. That's just how it is now. It's way different than what it used to be.
It's just insane.
But, Thunderbolts, Vigilante, and now the Fantastic Four all have, and Accursed. No, it's Accursed. Who is it that has the campaign notes right now? It's in Thunderbolts and Accursed? Yeah, Thunderbolts and Accursed. That's the 2 that have the little campaign thing.
And the Red Goblin, Daredevil dude, Crucible guy, Omega Red. He's
Firefoot.
Yeah, he's got one.
Flaming Desire, that's my name for him. Yeah, Flaming Desire has his own, but he doesn't count. He's a special 2.
Yeah, the Age of whatchamacallit, the Professor X, whatever that one, that just ended.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah.
And then for some reason, let's throw Danger Room to start on the 4th of July.
So stupid, man.
But again, they're not owned by an American company. They don't give 2 shits.
Well, yeah, and I was going to say, it is a universal play. So, by the way, everybody who had, Canadian Day the other day, happy Canadian Day. Happy Canada Day. Canadian or Canada Day, I don't know. But either way, to all you Terrence and Phillips out there, I hope you had a great day. We're having ours on Friday, or maybe last Friday, depending on when this comes out.
I'll post it tomorrow.
But yeah, it's, I don't know, it's funny because there's nothing really to do in the game, but there's everything to do if you want to do things over and over and over again. Negative zone, danger room. You know, if you just want to sit there and just beat your head against the sink and do something over and over again, there you go.
The negative zone, the Harbinger thing, now it has no restrictions, which, okay, yeah, they made it 20 times harder. The
Super
fuckers.
hard to pass the third node.
But they did that, so now us freeloaders can grind that 125 shards a node instead of having to spend to get the diamonds on your Flaming Desire.
Yeah, I'm just using the 50 cores.
People clearly don't give two shits about, because if I'm in the top 1,000 of that...
Yeah. Congrats, by the way.
I was 800 at one point.
And you don't core energy.
No.
Yours is just from your arena payout, basically.
My arena payout.
And you can't get in the top 6 because of Professor Dipshit.
Yeah, I have 6 professors in there, and I think I finished 12 yesterday.
Ouch, outside the top 10, what's wrong with you?
I know. Well, I'm sitting
Stop the video, never mind, she's not any good. No,
I'm sitting in 7th right now, but that's as high as I can go.
Yeah.
Because I know there's a counter for Professor X. There's a team out there that'll do it. Based on what I'm seeing on their offenses, I'm sure there's a counter that
I don't know.
doesn't require Professor X, but nobody's going to say anything, just like the bug.
Yeah.
Battle World bug. All those fuckers knew that shit was active last week, or the last time Battle World
I had that thing going for 9 hours and it wouldn't die.
Yeah. And then
I finally just had to restart it over. Yeah, the one I got anomaly detected, yeah.
Once there's a leaderboard attached to that, all of them get to take advantage of it until they spill the beans to one person who then told our alliance, and we like, huh, really? Too bad I had already used mine.
Yeah, it'll go away. It won't work all of a sudden.
Yep.
They'll find a way to fix it once people know.
Once they found out bleeds.
But if the Kraken McWhaleys know about it, it's okay. But if the norms
as soon as it gets spread,
you fucking peasants, you've ruined all of our fun.
We gotta stay on top.
We were high in our tower looking down upon you. How dare you crawl across the bridge and up our stairs to the top of our towers?
Which is why now we're facing all these random alliances, because they're jumping back into our zone.
Fucking Puny God. Puny God tried to deal with this the other day. Fucking whooped the shit out of them. Beat them by 29 points. 14 wins. Yeah, fuck that shit.
No, I didn't even get all my attacks in.
Puny God. I didn't either. I had 3 to go. On 2 accounts, I had 3 to go. And I think a lot of that had to do also is because Dre actually like hit in the middle of war.
Yeah.
And we're used to him being at the end. And so did I think X-Men too.
Yeah, there was a lot of big stuff they could take
and
out.
Usually like they're waiting at the end, so they're the ones that are low on attacks. And instead, we're just kind of hanging back because we had other shit to do. And we didn't get all of our attacks. It felt like we were slackers. But and I was sitting there trying to attack at the end. I was trying to go as fast as I could, and people were just swallowing them up.
They know hints and tricks, because there's an alliance that had way less trophies than we did when we faced them.
Oh, yeah.
That now is like top 4 in the game.
Yeah.
For trophies. How did you gain over 400 trophies? Because I want to say they were like at 17 when we faced them, and we were at 18.
Yeah, I mean... Well,
and now they're at 21, 22.
I already told you how to do that, but I'm not going to do that.
Like...
I'm not going to really go that way.
And now, especially with 2 wars a week, like, come on. It's not even worth, like, yeah, so you've got the most trophies. Yay, you're up there.
Trophies don't matter in the payout.
No, not war season when we're way the hell higher than you in war season.
Yeah. Yeah, which I was surprised with the war win that we had that we were less than 100. I mean, well, 88, but I think we were probably out of the top 100 by the time this war started. Because the other zones had to finish as well. Yeah. Which is really weird to me because we had a very efficient war. We should have been up there higher. But.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't get more points.
I mean, I already know why we'll get. We can talk about that after the video. I don't need to share that on the video. No. We need to keep some of this knowledge, pertinent to our own groups.
Don't use 5 people to attack.
Yeah, well, I know how to do these things, so But yeah, it's insider knowledge. It's just I don't know things about the game right now are really good, and things about the game right now are really annoying. Yeah. And when they're doing stuff that's shady as fuck, they need to be called out. And none of the people that have any kind of clout, I guess is what you say. I was going to say power, but that's just going to put an ego fucking trip in them. Clout. Yeah. They can bend an ear to people that will listen. They don't want to stir the pot because that's where their money's coming from.
Yeah.
And that's more important. The
Well,
money
just like
is more important.
The Players' Voice Council, they said they were doing that new voting thing. Whatever happened to that? Like, who won?
Yeah,
How do we even know who's even on that? How do we even know
buddy,
the
you
real
want to
people and
be
not
on this thing?
devs?
You're in our alliance. You want to be on this thing? We can have everybody in our alliance be in this, and then we can get all the insider knowledge to be the top alliance in the
Right?
game. How do you feel?
I mean, it's bad enough they're making us watch Twitch for 4 hours.
Fuck.
I watch random nobodies. I will watch the little guy. Sorry.
Yeah, same thing.
Unless Bendy's on. But my go-to
Walt.
is Walt.
Vander.
But other than that, I
Vandergraven.
want whoever's got the lowest people in chat. I will.
Yeah.
But now if you're going to Twitter, the other day we had to go to Facebook to click a link.
Yeah.
Now we have to go to Twitter/X.
I don't do the.
I don't do the Twitter
thing.
So you're forcing people to go to all these things or sign up for all these things to get minuscule amounts of rewards that you took away from us and you should be fucking giving to us anyway.
Yeah, choke them out. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I agree.
Hey, why is nobody talking about this?
You take it away and then you give it to us like, oh, here's a free gift.
Magically,
No, that's
now
what
you're
should
getting
have
your
been
strike token every day. Who the fuck cares? I will sit there with that red dot every goddamn day. I don't care for a month. I want my 350 cores.
Yeah. Yeah, the cores
That's
are
half a
important.
character orb.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, but we gave you more in Arena. Yeah, good luck fucking staying up there.
Yeah, well, because the whales get it that way. The ones that spin get it that way. They up the cores. That was a great ploy, by the way, for the Players Council,
Because
for
now they
the
have
Players
all that
Voice.
unlimited.
I'm sorry. They took credit for that, by the way, and great for them. But yeah, Players Voice.
They have
We
all
got
the
you
cores in the
more
world.
cores in the arena. Guess who's on the Players Voice?
Yeah.
All the top spenders. Guess who're going to be the top in arena?
Yeah.
All the top spenders. All they're
So now
doing
they
is lining
do-
their own
yeah.
pockets and making it look like it's something
Because now
for
they
us.
can core unlimited energy, so when those things come around for spending energy and all
Fucking
of
dirty
that,
pool is what that is. Dirty pool is what that
anything
is.
they can double dip and give back to the Krakens without being blatantly obvious that they're giving them handouts. There ain't no way they're not giving kickbacks to some of these streamers. Because there's a couple of these guys who were not heavy spenders, but
Yeah.
they get into the Envoy program, and now they're big-time spenders.
Oh, big time
They couldn't
spenders.
even pay their bills, and they were asking for money to help pay for things.
You mean like people that had to ask you, hey, can we go 50-50 instead on videos because I can't afford it? And then all of a sudden are spending $150 to $500 in a week to play the game?
And I
People
didn't
like
even
that?
Get a couple of bucks a video, yeah, that one.
Interesting. Yeah, it's crazy. I wonder how those things happen. There's no way
And
they're
now
making money off the
right?
game.
Well, now we see on Twitch that they get $70 a month or whatever it is in kickbacks.
Well, yeah, 30 at the minimum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
it's like-
just have the label up there. You get $30.
Yeah, but
you know.
then there was the others. If you had in-game purchases, you got refunded.
No, that's what I'm saying. But if you just have the label up there,
Yeah.
you get $30. Not even counting the purchases. Yeah.
Are you gonna shoot your can? He
I am,
finished
I'm sorry.
his Foster's.
Foster's. Nailed it. Bingo. Yeah, so I was drinking Foster's tonight. That's my go-to for just an easy beer. What do you got?
I got coconut water with pulp.
No, you don't. You have agua de coco.
It says right there coconut water.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at the agua de coco on that side. You gotta spin it a little bit more.
Yeah.
There you go. Agua de coco.
We got the Spanish stuff. We're learning. We're
Yeah.
learning some basic.
Yeah, put in the comments what you were drinking while you were listening to us,
Yep.
if you were drinking something.
Oh, and put in the comments too. How would you celebrate multicultural weddings? We did the
Ooh.
invitations in both English and Spanish.
Yep.
So that way, her side of the family who does not speak English very
On the
well,
same invite.
all in the same invite.
Yeah.
We are going to have a Spanish speaker interpreting the vows and speaking in Spanish, so that way those Spanish speakers can understand the sermon.
Yep.
We still got to find that person, because the
Yeah.
person they wanted to hire with the church
Wanted money.
wanted like $500 for a 20-minute. No, thank you.
And you
Are
get
you
free
on
food.
crack?
And you get free food.
Yeah, free birria and whatever else we come up with. Her
Yeah.
stepmom is an amazing cook, and she's cooking all the food.
They don't get that. It's $500.
Right, and the church is free. He said he just wanted $100, and that would more than cover electricity
lights.
and the garbage
Yeah.
bill.
Right.
Which the garbage bill was gonna box it all up and take it and bring it, do a dump run. I wasn't even gonna leave that on the church to have to deal with. But We
So
still
they
got
have a
month.
dumpster.
Yeah, we got 2 months left to figure all that details out.
They have a dumpster.
Yeah, how would you do it? Colors are navy blue and like a teal blue, light blue,
Light blue, I would say.
and then white, of course.
Yeah.
So yeah, how
Yeah, we're not doing like red, blue, red. What is it? Red, green, white. We're not doing anything like that.
no Guatemalan colors.
Yeah.
We did the dark navy blue and then the light pale blue. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be fun. It should be fun. It should be a good time. It's a celebration of two people uniting for the rest of hopefully their lives.
Yeah. I just wish more family was coming. I mean, I guess my mom will be here and my sister, but my dad said nope, he doesn't want to travel. Grandpa said nope, he doesn't travel anymore because of COVID and whatnot.
Aunt said nope.
Aunt said no, I got prior arrangements and I got this and I got that and that would be too much. I said, all right, whatever.
Yeah, it's
Your
interesting.
loss. Like, this is, your firstborn great-great-grandchild, but whatever. I don't know. I think I'd move heaven and earth if I had to.
That'd be
Yeah.
great. Just great grandchild.
For my grandchildren to watch them get married. And graduate high school and graduate junior high and, all those things that they've missed out on because they don't give two shits.
Yeah, especially, this isn't say working or nothing. Might as well. If you're
You're
working, it's different.
You're retired and you just spent $300,000 putting a pool with a water slide in your backyard. For fuck's sake, you live in the middle of nowhere. Ain't nobody coming over there to go in your pool.
Yeah.
But by all means, you do you, move away from your family.
Tell them how it is.
I got abandonment issues in case you didn't know.
I'm never leaving you.
That's probably why I took it so hard that my daughter decided to move out.
True.
Aside from the fact she didn't tell us she was moving in with her boyfriend.
Until 4 days
Who
before.
we did. The day she got the apartment, she said,
Yeah.
oh, he's moving in with me.
Oh, by the way.
After I asked her, wow, did you have your 6 months rent saved up so you have 6? Well, between the two of us, we do. The what now?
The who's?
The hum. Yeah.
That was an interesting way to find out.
It was. Okay.
Was.
That's life. We have a lot going on. And
Yeah, just wanted to share some time with y'all.
really, we honestly, full transparency here. Maybe I'll even make myself go transparent in the tub on the video. If I can remember. I didn't want to do these videos anymore because I thought I was the reason Viz was getting held back from Envoy program. But now that we found out it's because we don't spend enough and we don't kiss ass and we don't like to mooch off other people and whatnot.
You guys know I'll never change. Fuck that.
I could say. But I was like, I don't want to do these videos because I don't want to hold you back. But now that we know that that's out of it's never going to happen. So you know what? Fuck it. We'll get on here. We'll talk
And
real
if they
talk.
ask me, I'm gonna say the fuck no.
You got questions you want answered. You want to hear real, honest truth about things.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be Marvel. It could be life.
Yeah, right.
I've lived enough life.
Give me an issue you have, and I'll tell you the truth.
45, but boy, I feel like I've lived 2 or 3 lives.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I agree.
Multitude of everything.
Yep. We've had losses and wins, and we've done it all together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's kind of
Partners
crazy.
in crime, and now we're getting ready to
Bonnie and Clyde.
have our oldest get married and our youngest start to drive.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Life just keeps on throwing stuff
Yeah.
at you. You just keep on dodging it and moving along the road.
And now here we have over, 328 characters in the game?
Well, we're just bouncing
Something like
back and
that.
forth to
Yeah,
life
like-
in the game, man. Look at you.
We're just, we're cruising.
I thought you were going to say people in Discord, because I think there's about that many too, about 340 people in Discord.
There's so many newbies.
It's all of our people, and we appreciate all of you. Like, it's nice.
We've been
It's nice to
chatting with
know
a
who
bunch
you
of
are.
them. Somebody wanted to know about Ultimates. Well, I got 3 diamonds on them. Should I upgrade them? No. Here's
Yeah.
mine. Don't do me. No.
Whoa, yeah, I agree. Don't
Only
do
Viz
her.
lets
That's
me.
mine.
But I'm like, don't follow me. I G19'd him for reasons, aka Arena. When they first came out, they had to be maxed, and 19 was max
Yeah.
on everybody but Surfer because Surfer was replaced for.
And you had to figure out who worked in the arena.
Yeah.
You had to play around
People
with it.
still do use him on
Yeah.
Arena defense.
Oh yeah,
You
I
can
see him
beat 'em,
used
but-
quite often in war, especially like if they're doing certain counters against Alpha Flight, they'll use him just to demolish the Sasquatch, and they'll have him all the way maxed out against like a half built
Yeah.
Sasquatch. They'll just take him out and then go for the rest of the team.
Yeah.
I think it's like Ultimus and Ares with other people, I think is what they do it with.
Well, with Overpowered, you think, oh, it'll work. But I think they've nerfed Overpowered and they're just not saying anything. Because I had Overpowered 11, G20, 3 Diamond Odin. Like the biggest Odin you can get.
Yeah.
And in Crucible Room 2, I cloned their Odin because he was the biggest I was going against. He was only an Overpowered 8. Or 9, because he was only a 19, 2 Diamond. He decimated me and my team.
Yeah.
After 2 burns.
With exhausted on him, or exposed, or whatever the fuck it's called.
He yeeted mine like he was nothing.
Yep.
Like,
how
did mine not swipe him out of existence?
I don't know, maybe he had the Destroyer suit on. Did you look at his costume? Destroyer suit.
Like, I don't understand some of the nerfs and some of the weirdness that's going on in game right now.
Man.
But, you know, it's not like there's anybody you could turn to say, hey, I've noticed this weird thing in the game.
It'll tell you the truth.
Well, could you relay the message? Oh, they watch the stream, they know.
If
they watch my videos, they'll find out.
Watch me. Yeah.
Like, you have a direct line to the dev. Somebody is reporting a huge problem.
Oh, they're watching the
stream. It doesn't cost me money. It takes my time away. It's beneath me. No.
I'm too busy acting like I don't care that I need subs and getting $100 donations from McCrackens.
Bragging about my $1.some-odd million mansion I bought off of...
The Kraken McWillies. Give me more money. I need it. In vitro is our thing.
I mean, sometimes God gives you clues, and you know. But you know, that's.
Speaking of clues, so also playing Magic a lot on the side, and I don't know why clues reminded me of Markov Manor and all that stuff. But anyways, you guys think that MSF is going up in prices? Holy fuck balls! So I went to buy a collector booster. Collector bundle. I can't remember. They have weird names for things now. It used to be a fat pack, but now it's something else. But it was a collector's version of it. And I think it was like $40, $60, something like that you could buy in the store. They only got 2 where the people straight up at the store told us they had 12, but 2 days later when they actually opened for release, all of a sudden they have 2. But anyways, so I wasn't able to get one, so I went and looked online, and going from 40 to 60, I can't remember what the MSRP is, but anyways, $160, $170 to buy it online. It's crazy. The packs that came out at $50 for the collector booster packs were up over $110 a piece. The boxes that released at $150 a piece were up over $220 a piece, and those are just like the basic boxes for cards. The collector's booster box is selling for like $1,200 when its first MSRP was like $350. It's like insane, some of these prices, and they just keep going up and up and up and up. They're cards that they're printing them all for the same cost.
But when you've got assholes who will spend the money to have them so no one else can have them, you're just like the Whales and Krakens in this game.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
Spend me on the top of the leaderboards for stuff they don't need.
Like I waited in line for the collector booster bundle, whatever the fuck they want to call it, for 20 minutes, got 0. Waited at Target in line to get stuff for 20 minutes, got 0. It's just crazy that they sell out, you know.
Because you're waiting behind those who resale, who will take that,
and that's even with
buy
leasing.
It for the 50 and go sell it for the 150.
Yeah.
And come back and buy 3 because.
Whereas I got a bunch of bundles. I just came home and I opened them because I wanted to actually play with the cards. Like that's the fun part.
It's just hurting those that actually enjoy the game. Same with Marvel.
Yep.
You're hurting the people like us who enjoyed playing this game.
Right.
Who wanted to get on and compete with their friends and have fun. And now it's just such a chore. I mean, I'm glad we did technically get Sam just back for a few.
Not for a few. For life!
Is he for life?
For life, bitch!
Now it's only 2 wars. He's a little bit better.
We missed sandwiches.
Yeah. There's so much shit talking in chat. Like, nobody is in-game chatting anymore. We mostly do that on
Discord. No, because that chat's horrible.
It's so bad.
And they've just made it worse and they don't care about it.
No.
And there's not really things to talk about anymore. The counters are very.
And I thought when they had the tabs, I thought, oh, this will be good. We can put strategy. But you don't know where to chat and who's chatting where, and then there's the lines don't move. And
I think I've done a pretty good job of laying out like what to use and what to put down. But then that makes it so people don't need to question those things anymore. Yeah. And so that cuts down that chatter, which it's a good and a bad thing, you know. So I don't know. It's interesting. Still love the game. Definitely love the people. And then when
you have the bug and you're sitting there for 5 hours, having your battery drained because you can't get through the null boss.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, that was crazy.
Like
9 hours for one, had to back out because it was just going infinite, and then 7 hours for another one. I got an anomaly detected. Like, are you fucking joking me? Like.
Yeah, and then people on Reddit, well, you shouldn't have been trying to exploit the bug.
It's not a bug. It's not like you're gonna get anything more for it. It's just to be cool and have the damage. I was up over 4 billion damage with one attack. You know, like, it's just been fun to put up there. Like, look what I did. It's pretty funny. It's not like you get more for it.
No, not until there's a leaderboard associated with it.
And then those things won't happen.
Yeah, the alliance. No, they'll make it to where only the big guys can easily get past it.
Those are good for the Kraken McWhaleys.
Which now makes sense as to why they're moving Battle World faster, even though they said it was only going to be once a month. Now they just had another one like 2 weeks ago. We just ended one, and then they made it 2 days. It's so stupid. Why did the battle
That was the most long, drawn-out bullshit. 8 days for Battle World? Like, are you joking?
No, that is so stupid. It's because we're at 177 out of 300.
Yeah.
So we need 2 more rounds before he gets changed out in September.
2 more rounds, and he'll be 7 stars for everybody to do the max way.
So we just finished one. So there's going to be another one in a week or 2. It's got to be in 2 weeks. And then there will be one in August.
Mm-hmm.
So what, at the beginning of August,
and there'll be one more
what's going to happen?
For the next round of people that haven't quite got there, and maybe we're at difficulty 4 instead of 5.
So we might have 2 or 3.
Yeah, and then will be the next character, which is supposed to be Sentry.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
But then where's Molt going to go? How are we going to farm him?
He'll be in the Battle World store. That's where he'll go.
Currency?
And it'll be for like 4 times the currency.
Oh, probably. It'll have to be.
You know. It'll be 5 shards for.
It'll be 1 shard for 5K.
1 shard for 5K instead of 5. That actually would make more sense. Logistically speaking, for them in their stores, that would make more sense. Yeah.
And the diamonds, God, I hope nobody's buying diamonds.
Oh my God, don't buy
in the Intel store. You don't even get that much Intel. You don't get that much Intel. Do not waste it on diamonds.
I feel so bad for new players that have done that, and then they're just getting fucked because they can't get the other resources because they spit off. It's just horrible.
I don't even have enough to maintain buying just the G20s. I don't get an orb a week, barely, out of doing difficulty 5 on the raids.
Yeah.
Like, we're not getting any.
Right.
And we're still stuck. Like, loosen up the threshold. G20's been out for a while. G19's been out for a while, and we still don't have updated anything that gives it. The battle passes, level 3 on the strike and battle passes should not have orange gear in them.
No.
Should maybe have a few pieces of teal in the first 10, and then after that it all needs to be crimson.
Yeah, I'd say the first 10 go from teal to gold, and then crimson for the rest. Yeah.
But the rest of it, if you're at a high enough level 100 or whatever that battle pass kicks in, you don't need that other stuff.
And I don't mean like pieces. I'm saying like orbs. Do like 80 teal gear orbs, 80 gold gear orbs, and then crimson gear going forward. Like, there's no reason to have the gear pieces on those things.
And it's just so become, the battle pass is like, you get 5 to 6 times more if you pay than free track. It used to be doubled. It used to be doubled.
Yeah, 10.
Now
20.
It's
you get
easily
2 million gold, 4 million gold.
No,
it was always double. Yeah, now it's
50
like
and we might get 10 or 5.
Now it's like 4 to 5 times more.
Yeah, it's just insane. And it doesn't entice me to want to spend.
No. I think the bottom one, even with the Empowered, I think the bottom one's 10 and the top one's 45.
It's 45 and 5.
And 5.
Yeah.
That's 9 times.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just, and it doesn't make me want to spend. I reluctantly bought
It's just like, oh, well, I guess I'm not getting those.
Right, but I bought the one for Old Flaming Desire because it gave me the pieces and whatnot I needed for Hero Villain or whatever, whatever the one, Global Villain.
Global Villain.
And I went in and passed it within 10 minutes.
Right.
5 minutes maybe, I don't even know.
You're like, why did I stress so much for the last month?
I'm like, dude, I probably could have went in cheaper. Why did I waste my Mystic gear on Ares? I didn't need to.
Well, Ares is a war tune. You keep on saying Ares, but Ares is good too.
I don't ever use them. I haven't used Ares Undying. I mean, other
That's
than
because I do those vortex.
I know.
I'm like, here, honey, let me have your phone. I'll do that one for you. That's why.
Because it's a fun attack to do, I guess. I don't know. But
yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
Comes and goes.
It does. And if it
Ebbs
wasn't
and flows.
already a 7-year commitment, it's a 7-year itch. They got to do something to
Yeah, they
keep
got to do
us.
something cool. Yeah, I agree.
They got to, because otherwise it's like, why am I still slogging through this game? And again, why? Sedano's back on #1.
Yeah.
How much money did you use?
Well, see, this is the thing. This is how you make this better. You go with, I don't know who it's going to be, the Beyonder, right? The Beyonder. Onslaught. Onslaught would be a better one as your next big baddie, you know, your next...
I thought he was.
Your next Odin, your next whatever. And what you do is you go, we're going to make purple ISO 3.5, and we're not going to change the type that it is. The same type you use for 3.3, you can use for 3.5. And then they release that tune, and you guys have 3.5, and you're able to get that tune. And the tune be good, not broke the game Professor X, but good, able to replace in Arena, replace in Crucible, replace in War on both offense and defense, that doesn't have specific kits. It's just somebody who's going to be good and solid to give you an extra team to be able to fight.
Yeah.
Now, that's what they need to do. Maybe somebody who, maybe they make like Death Seed, some kind of combo between Death Seed and Marauders and Brotherhood. Like maybe some kind of combo of that makes them really good. Like something like that, where it brings back something of the old, gives you another tune to use, and makes you feel comfortable about using them, but he's good everywhere. And so you feel like it's a good utility and it was worth your resources.
But they're giving us legendaries for free now. We just got Quasar.
They try to make people happy, but it all does, it just breaks others. Because then you're like, okay, I got it for free, but I missed out on 3 weeks because, heaven forbid, I fucking got married or went on vacation or went out of cell service or lost my phone, lost my job, whatever. You come back to play and you're like, everybody got them free and I can't unlock them?
Yeah.
And then those types of people are just like, what the shit?
Where are they going to be available?
Yeah, because they're not.
Are they going to
like
go
the
to
people that
reclaim?
missed out on Omega Red, you know, like a year later, you gotta wait. Like, holy fuck.
Well, and Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch,
And
Zim, Zugs. You know, like I get what you're doing, but at the same time, just put it there and then put it in a store to be able to farm. Like it's just that simple.
Or some sort of a catch-up mechanic. Oh, you missed these 3 weeks. We're on the last week of them. Here's your 300 shards. Because the last 100 shards is
But
currently
they can't compute that. There's no way they can make that work in their system. There's no way.
Like even with the Kestrel, you had to email support. Well, I've already passed.
I've already passed. Yeah, they don't have Kestrel. And how do I get this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now when you...
They can't unbreak their own game.
They just keep breaking it and breaking it.
They
The
do.
store conversion could have been epic, which apparently in this blog post did say that they're going to consolidate the tabs into one store now because it's all current, the same currency. So they are getting rid of the stores now.
Yeah, so now it's all convoluted in one place, and you got to scroll all the way to the bottom
Right?
to go through. And all my
one
accounts
for
have
gear.
different versions.
Yeah.
I have 2 accounts that have
Different
one version of
layouts.
8 Intel, and the 2 accounts have a different version of 8 Intel. Where I have one that they all have the diamonds at the top, of course, because that's the important one. But the next one then goes into the characters, and the next one and the other ones go into the gear 20 pieces.
Yeah. No,
and
it
the
needs to be
characters are at the
broken
bottom.
down. Here's a gear tab. Here's a character tab. Here's ability, T4s, training mats, whatever.
Yeah, if
you
you're
want
going to
on.
do that, yeah, exactly. It's make a character
need to
store, a mat store, and a gear store. There you go, done. An ability store. You know,
But
so you
even
can go
that,
to the
look at how many
empowered.
tunes are farmable in the stores. How are you going to consolidate that? There's easily 50, 60
That's what I
tunes.
said, if you just did that, just
But
character
just
store.
So scroll it alphabetically?
Yeah, all the,
But then
alphabetically, all
if
the
you could
characters.
code it to where, well, I got them maxed out, they won't show in the store.
Right, and it just brackets your store down shorter
Yeah.
versus having to scroll past a gray version of them.
Yeah. Multiples.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And make it gray out even though you have 3,000 shards, but you haven't put that 7-star on it. Because why in the hell would I want to use 3,000 shards of Johnny to make him a 7-star? No, thank you. I think he's sitting at 5.
Yeah, right.
And I think I have him at 2 or 3.
I'm not bullseyeing. Sorry, you're not going to be 7 stars. You're sitting at 5, dude.
Yeah,
like,
there's
no
so
reason.
many of them I left because it's like, why am I going to waste that gold?
Even my Psylocke in a couple of accounts, I actually used Death Seed for a while.
No, those older tunes, they need to like start cutting the price of how to upgrade them. And
Yeah.
but what about when they get a rework? Because now you get it cheaper.
Yeah.
I had to upgrade it years ago, but now you get it cheaper. Yeah, because I was smart and waited because the tune was trash and I never used them.
Yep. Well, if you learned anything from this, it's don't have kids. Enjoy your parent or enjoy your person that you pick to be with the rest of your life, and don't spend on the game. Instead, try to have fun with it. And if you really do need to spend, or if you're spending on something that makes you happy, just make sure it's a good investment. I mean, if you have money to spend, then make sure it's a good investment. Don't just willy-nilly, because they don't deserve it.
Take your significant other, boyfriend,
No,
girlfriend,
don't
husband,
even,
wife.
because I like buying you stuff in the game, so don't even try.
No, take
But
it to a prime rib dinner.
It's just got to be
Appreciate that
something
much
that's
more.
worthwhile. That's all. Like if it's something that moves you up in a leaderboard, so you get the things that you actually wanted to get.
Yeah.
That's important. If it's a new tune because you know that you do stuff with war and this is a war character and you don't really have that many cores and you want to core the next person, it's worth it. Like stuff like that is worth it. But just buying battle passes because they're a quote unquote good deal, probably not worth it. Buying character extra character shards to get them up to the next star, not worth it.
No.
Buying gear, not worth it.
And I've heard buying crack from the $2 horror and Second Street's a good deal, but you know what? I'm not going to do it.
Not worth it. Yeah,
No.
absolutely.
Because it's probably not really crack.
It's probably
So-
not. It's just dish detergent,
No.
or it's
And that's
ghost
basically
pepper
what
salt.
you're buying. You're buying nothing. You're
Yeah,
buying
it's
an
air.
inanimate object that tomorrow, if they say, you know what, we've had enough, we're done.
Yeah,
In 6 months, if
It's
they close
over.
it like they did with Walking Dead and all these other games,
yeah.
then what? You've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars and you don't have a Tesla parked in your driveway. I think I'd rather save up and buy a fancy car and
Yeah.
have it parked in my driveway to never be driven.
True, but if it makes you happy, then it makes you happy. If it's something that you enjoy and it's something that you want and you want to smile about it, then give yourself
Well, I'm
a
sure
smile.
meth would make me happy, but I'm not going to go spending money on it.
Right. No, I got you. That makes sense. Everybody does their own different
I
thing,
know.
though.
But this game is it's meth. And we got to break
Sometimes.
the cycle, people. I'm happy
Sometimes.
there's some few that have broken the cycle and got
Only
free to
spend if
play.
it's worth it. For you. Don't just spend to spend. If you got extra cash laying around and you want to find something to spend it on something for someone else. Don't spend it on yourself. That'll make you feel better. But if it's something because it's your hobby and you want to have fun and you want to be able to get a new tune, then go for it.
Yeah. That's why I buy you things, you buy me things, because we never spend on ourselves.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But anyways, we love you guys. Thank you for listening in. We do appreciate it. I know this is a long video, but it's been the first one in a long time. Hopefully we caught you up with what's going on with us, and we appreciate you listening in. Like I said it a second ago, this is a long one, and if you stuck around this whole time, we really appreciate you. And just,
Put a comment that, yes, you listened to this whole thing, and Biz will give you some Biz bucks.
oh,
An
absolutely.
undisclosed amount.
Undisclosed amount. It could be 1, it could be 10,000. You never know.
It could be the number you put in chat.
Yeah, I mean, name a price. Maybe we'll do that. Don't say what it's for. Just put a price there. Maybe you'll get a little surprise in your Vis books bank account.
You never know.
Yeah. So, anyways, we love you guys. Until next time, I'm Biz.
I'm Sable.
Peace.